Good morning, everybody. So, I know that I told you guys that the next video I did was going to be a sewing video, but today, while I'm between my runs for the day, guess what came in the mail? That's right, it's Redbird Vintage Box Day. So, I said, you know what, I'm going to make a Redbird Vintage box. Now, I did go through these, and I'm going to tell you why in a minute. I had opted, which some of you may have, this month to get the sewing patterns because they received that large amount of sewing patterns. And they were oh so gracious, and they allowed me to just pick, like, I picked a scarf, which I'm going to show you in a minute, and then sewing patterns. And it was truly awesome. So I'm going to begin the way we begin all Redbird Vintage boxes. And we're going to look at my little piece of flare. See, I didn't even take the ribbon off yet. And look how cute that is. I thought it was a little banged up, but I think it might just be dirt. So I'm going to clean it. And this isn't normally my style, but it's kind of cute. I really liked it. So, and then, now guys, I have so many of these, I think I'm going to do a video about them. Back in the day, the old days, you used to be able to get these kinds of things when you travel. And they are souvenir scarves. Now, I remember these well into like the early 90s. But I gotta be honest, I haven't seen one in a while. So let me know in the comments if you ever still see them, but I don't anymore. In fact, you know, I live close to Atlantic City, and the ones that I remember seeing in the 90s were available like in a casino gift shop, and they said, you know, Atlantic City and whatever. I have a whole collection of these. I think I'm gonna do a whole video about them because I have so many of them. But let's get right to the patterns because it was really great. I asked them to send me as old as possible. Didn't care about the size, and I said, you know, if you see any that are, you know, factory folded, that'd be great. You know, they told me that most of them were used, and that's fine. But I did actually find in this box of 16 patterns that they sent me, 4 that were factory folded. So they're going to go up on Etsy. The other ones are going to go up on Etsy too, but I need to go through them very gingerly because they're extremely fragile and see if all the pieces are there. So let's get started with one of the patterns they sent me is really modern. The rest of them are old, so we'll start with that one. So it's just this pattern here. This is from 97. The cool thing about this pattern, even though it's not vintage or anything, is it's just a super basic kind of, you know, pattern. And my thought was, and it's in my size because it goes up to extra large, I might make these into like pajama pants. So that was my thought. Okay, so there were 3 patterns that I'm absolutely sure are incomplete because they're too thin and there's not enough pieces. But the ephemera on these was so cool that I'm going to keep them for myself, and I think I'm going to frame them. So here's one. And this, it's funny, this one, if you look at the back, it says, well, in the front it says it too, new sizing. Remember when they introduced new sizing? And then there were these, which actually I have to double check this one, because this one might actually have all the pattern pieces because there aren't a lot of pieces to this. And it's just so cool. Here, I'll show you the back so you can see, you guys can see what the back looks like. And this was simple to make. And then this one is my favorite. This actually has like 2 pieces in it, so I know it's not complete. But I really love the graphics, right? It's one of those great old graphics. So this I'm definitely going to frame, and it's going to be art in my sewing room. All right, so the next series, these patterns, they're cut, but portions of the pattern aren't cut, and there's so many pieces, I'm pretty sure they're complete. I'm going to put them up on Etsy, but they're going to be kind of an as-is sale. So I'm just going to show them to you quickly so you can see what cool patterns I got. There we go, and this is the back part of that. This one, love this. Very 70s, so 70s. Here's the back. And this one, wow, this one's a big pattern. It's a 36 bust. They're all size 12 and size 14, like 34, and it just cracks me up because it's like, oh yeah, she's a big size. If they only knew. See, and this is a junior. This is interesting because you don't see this as much in clothing anymore. Junior sizes are marked by numeric sizes that are odd. So if you were a junior and you were not quite a 12 and not quite a 14, you'd be a 13, and that's how they used to measure junior sizes. And this one, I think this is the one of them, this is so quaint, if I can find it again. One of them, I was looking at the pattern, it's not this one, I'll have to find it. And this one was multi-size. It was a medium, so it was 12 through 14. One of these, I'm going to see if I can find it real quick, had a piece of fabric with the pattern. Here it is, it's this one. Okay, it's the 1970s one, right? And in it, I found this. I love finding stuff like this because, I don't know. Look, it's the fabric and it's wax paper, and she wrote front neck binding, and the pins are still in it. Stuff like that just like kills me. Yeah, see here, and you can't see it, but I can feel it. This is wax paper. This is like traditional wax paper for like you know, wrapping up sandwiches or whatever. But I love stuff like that. You know, somewhere there was a sewer who took the time to cut out some pieces with wax paper, and look, she pinked them. She pinked her patterns, which my mom actually used to do. All right, here's another one. This is late 60s, probably early 70s. And I'm trying to look for a date on it. And then this is the back. This is when you start to see double knit coming into style. And then there's this. This one's great. It's a shame. Only a portion of this was cut. So I'm gonna have to see if I can go through, again, very gingerly, and see how much of this original pattern is still factory folded, because it really, see, there's only like, see, like this piece obviously was cut. The rest of this is still factory folded. It's kind of cool. I think that means that someone only made one view. So they only made maybe one skirt or something. They didn't do the whole thing. All right, and here's the last one. Again, early 70s, the beginning of the double knit revolution, right? Stretch fabrics. Very groovy. Now, these last four are the ones that I completely lucked out, and they're factory folded. I asked the girls if they would look for them, but I knew, come on, they got to pack how many boxes? They can't go through and see if the patterns are factory folded for me, right? Especially because I told them I resell them. I didn't, you know, lie and make it sound like I was going to use them. I told them I resold them, and they were very nice about it. So this one, which I just love, there's the back. And this one has a really cool insert in it and is still factory folded. Designer touches. And they're talking about things like knotting on the cuffs, and I was like, that's so cool. So that's going in this one. Like I said, this one's still factory folded. This is going to go up on Etsy. So here's an advance. This is multiple sizes, including, wow, does this go to a size 20? Wow. A size 20. Which, by the way, a size 20 was a 40-inch bust, a 32-inch waist, and a 42-inch hip. So this is before new sizing. But can you guys see that? How cool is that? And here's the back. Totally cool. And I'm gonna think early 60s on this one because of the length of the skirt. It was pre-mini skirt. Oh, here's another one. It's just huge. It's a 16. The bust on this is 36. Can you believe it? Wow. It's just insane how big women were back there. Okay, and here's the last one. This one, unfortunately, this is a little bit banged up. But, so I'll show you the back first. A little banged up. There's the skirt. And here's the front. Look how nice that skirt is. Isn't that cute? Is it simple to make? It's another simple to make. And this one is a 28-inch waist and a 38-inch hip. Wow. Wow. So that was my Redbird Vintage haul for this month, and I'm really happy with it. I'm so glad that we got the opportunity to get patterns this month, because for those of us who sew, It's like super cool to be able to get patterns. And like I said, these couple that are factory folded are going to go up on Etsy. Some of these other ones I'll probably put up on Etsy too, once I can go through them and really see what's going on with them. The problem is, like, really, can you see? These are so old. It's hard to go through them and see if the pattern pieces are there. So, and this one I can just feel there's not enough pieces in there, but I love the graphics. So this one's going on my wall. And we'll see about this one. I'll have to look and see how many pieces are in there. And hey, man, if I want a pair of shorts and a t-shirt from 1997, I now have the pattern. It's amazing, right? And until the next time, guys, I'm going to take this off here. Let's see if we can. Oh yeah, this is super cute. I mean, it's a little banged up. You can see here, I'll show you. See how that's a little, but I can fix that. I just need some needle nose pliers. And the rest of it, I think, really is just dirt. It's kind of cool. Look at, you guys see the center of the daisy? That's really cool looking. All right, guys, until the next video, which I really am going to try and do a sewing video. It's just hard for me to get time to sew because I'm going to physical therapy twice a week, and like tomorrow I have a doctor's appointment. So I had physical therapy yesterday, I have physical therapy Thursday, and I have a doctor's appointment on Wednesday. So, like, yeah, not real fun. Anyway, until I can get some time together and sew, I'll post some other videos just to keep you guys interested. And until the next video, like, subscribe, comment. I'd love to have you join me on my little vintage journey and my reteaching myself to sew journey. So until the next time, have a great day. I hope it's beautiful where you are. It's beautiful where I am. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.